there, Planet Coaster fans, friends of the channel, and theme park enthusiasts. My name is Shadow Phoenix, and welcome back to another episode of Kings Falls, my newest park here in Planet Coaster. Today, we're going to take a look at the main street that I built here in just a moment. But, you know, just talk a little bit about what is the park itself. So, Kings Falls is a what-if scenario. What if the company who brought us Kings Island and Kings Dominion, both of which have this huge Eiffel Tower right on the middle or at the end of International Street, you know, the parks are very, very similar in nature. Canada's Wonderland is also similar, but it doesn't have the Eiffel Tower and it doesn't have the King's name. So the idea is, what if they built a third Kings Park, which I call Kings Falls? I decided to put this one in Southwest Kentucky, kind of down near like Cumberland Gap, kind of in that general vicinity. You know, maybe around Bowling Green, I don't know, somewhere in that general area. That is kind of where the park is actually supposed to be. And it makes a perfect triangle because they built Kings Island in Ohio, they built Kings Dominion in Virginia, and then this one would be in Southwest Kentucky, so it's a triangle. Illuminati confirmed. Anyway, so most of you who tuned in on Friday and Saturday night to my Twitch channel saw me building most of the main street, but you didn't get to see me do all the little touches that you're going to see here in just a minute. Most noticeably, right off the bat, is the fountain. I haven't got the actual fountains working yet. I'm going to do a whole show with those and have a display sequencer and everything, which is going to be a lot of work, but I will add that in once I finish the other side of our main street, which, don't look, but you know, there's nothing over there. I also put in these planters, and I put in fencing and stuff along this side as well. And you can see I've kind of started on the fountain, kind of the middle fountains a little bit as well. I'm also using these awesome food stalls by Fisherman. One of which is, I have a Pip Shot Water on the other side, which we won't show off today, but I am using this cotton candy one right here, which I thought is just so awesome. Look at this. It's brilliant. He even has little bags of cotton candy over here, which I thought is really, really cool. And one of the things I noticed is he uses, for the strings coming off of it, he uses rat tails. He used the rats that are in a group, and he put them all together. Actually, I think they're separate rats. Anyway, they're animated, and so when you first go to put them down, you have rats running around everywhere, which is really funny. But it's set to basically be stationary. So once everything is actually running, then you know you get this really cool effect right here. So that's genius. Fisherman is his pier and stuff that he's working on right now. I highly recommend you go check it out. You can see a lot of photos and stuff on it over at Shy Guys World, and I'm pretty sure he has a YouTube channel. I will look it up and see if I can put it down there. But yeah, so you can check these out. It's on his Steam Workshop. I will put a link to those below, and if you want to use those, I highly recommend them. So let's go on down Main Street. So one thing I noticed is that Kings Island and Kings Dominion's main streets are vastly different. However, one thing they all have in common is that originally they were built to be, the reason it's called International Street is there's 4 different sections. There's Swiss, French, German, and let's see, did I get Swiss? Swiss, French, German, actually I guess there's 5 sections. So there's Swiss, German, Italian, there is Spanish, and then there's a French section as well. So that was the idea behind the Main Street and why it's called International Main Street. So each section of Main Street was themed to a different kind of country and stuff, which was really cool back in the day. Unfortunately, there's, you know, if you go to Kings Island or Kings Dominion today, you don't really see it. You're just like, I don't really get, you know, why it's called International Street, because there's nothing really international about it. They moved away from that and kind of moved into more generic stuff. Like there's a Starbucks coffee in one of these buildings. Right now, in this building that you're looking at right now, is a Skyline Chili. But I'm thinking I'm going to try to maybe go back a route to how they originally planned it. I'm going to try to put some, like, you know, different international flavors and stuff into these. So that's kind of what I want to do. So the idea is that Cedar Fair and Paramount never bought Kings Island and Kings Dominion and all those, and they just kind of did their own thing, and that's why we still have Hanna-Barbera Land and stuff in this as well. But yeah, so moving on down the street, let's see, I made these awesome little little picnic areas and stuff where people can kind of sit on the side of the street here. Some people may argue that my main streets here are just a bit too big, and it's slightly, yeah, they are a little wide, but I did that so I could get the different things in here, and it fits perfectly as well. So I like to use wide paths. I know most people who are fans of the realism thing, they're like, yeah, you shouldn't be using paths that are that size. I'm like, yeah, they look better, so I'm going to use them. Plain and simple as that. This was tricky over here. So there's one path that goes down the side of the streets, down this way, and these picnic tables right here are actually sitting on that path. However, there's no path here, and there's a huge gap between the path and the fountain here, which, as you can see, I got the fountain like right up as close to the edge as I could with the water, and it was tricky to do that. Very, very tricky. I'm not going to go into detail and stuff about how I did it, but basically I did figure out that if you place a path down and then you put a picnic table on said path, if you delete the path, the picnic tables will stay. And I even tested it, and as you can see right here, there's actually some junk because I don't have any janitors at the moment. They will actually sit at these tables and use them, which is really, really cool. I don't know where they got this food at, but because all my food stalls right now aren't even open. There's like nobody in them. Alright, but anyway, moving down the street. So this building here and this building here are built together, so those two are combined. And if we kind of go in here and look through it, you can kind of see I also put some picnic tables and stuff in there as well, because we don't have regular tables. All we have is picnic tables, but I worked with it. It's fine. I'm probably going to do a little bit of interior and stuff in that as well, and kind of go, you know, a little more, you know, once I get into doing some of the interiors on this. Now this building here, obviously this is very, very Swiss looking here, and it's almost Bavarian but kind of Swiss. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this building. I don't have a clue what I'm going to make it. Right now at Kings Island it is a Starbucks, which I don't want it to be a Starbucks. I was thinking about making it like a beer garden kind of thing, where, you know, you can go in there and get like all flavors of beer and stuff, maybe like a fest house kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking. Even though it's Swiss, I may like maybe divide the buildings up and say that's one building and this is a building, and then we'll put like a shop over there and a shop in here. So maybe one of these is chocolate, because, you know, Swiss chocolate, and then maybe we'll make that little small one right there in the middle maybe a coffee shop or something. Just, we don't need a huge coffee shop anyway. Moving on down here, this is going to be, I'm actually going to make this into a Cinnabons, although I think I may call it something else. But yeah, like a Cinnabon kind of place where you can go in and get cinnamon buns and stuff. It is a very, very small shop. It doesn't need to be too big. I don't feel like a lot of people will be buying a lot of like cinnamon buns and stuff, so that's kind of the idea behind this building here. Here we have a path, which we're kind of in the middle of International Street right now, and that path is going to go off into the rest of the park here once I figure out what the rest of it's doing. And then we have a little shop right here. Now I put a Missy Goods in there, but this is actually supposed to be an Auntie Anne's pretzel shop. So I'm kind of thinking I might put a fry place in there, because I mean, I know fries aren't necessarily pretzels, but we have a funnel cake shop on the other end of the street down here, and I use the Missy Good for the funnel cakes. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. We may do something else with it. I don't know, but you know, like I said, the idea behind it is I did take most of the ideas for the buildings and stuff is almost an exact recreation of Kings Island's International Main Street. And then I kind of added my own kind of flair to it in certain places, where if there was something I couldn't recreate or something I thought just didn't look good, I just kind of went off and did my own thing with it. So this building right here is actually an Emporium, and it stretches all, just like Disney World, it stretches the entire length of this entire building. So I'm probably going to do some interior on this as well. We're probably going to put some t-shirts and stuff in there, and I probably will use a lot of billboards and stuff for that eventually when I get to it. It's not going to be anything we do right away though, so I want to get to the other side of Main Street and get that part finished, and then get the fountain display fixed up. So let's move on down. As you can see, I still have more, you know, I've done the planters and stuff down here on all of this. The camera's moving a little slow because I am actually got this cheat engine on, so I could get some real good views and not have to worry about, you know, like, oh, speeding through it and, you know, the frames and stuff. So, but yeah, so that's the first half of International Main Street. So this is the beginning of the second part of International Main Street. As you can see, we have entrances into the Emporium there as well. And we will move on down. I did the same thing I did down on the other end with the picnic tables and stuff down here. And as you can see, we're getting closer to the Eiffel Tower. The closer you get to the Eiffel Tower, the less it looks good. Alright, down here, I'm thinking that this little building right here, I may turn into maybe some kind of little quick serve restaurant instead of another entrance to the Emporium, because I don't feel like we need an entrance to the Emporium here. One, like a bunch down there, one here, and then one right next to it as well. I don't think we need that, so I'm probably going to expand the walls into this and probably going to make this into another different kind of shop or something. More likely some kind of restaurant. And then moving on down in here, the Emporium. Now, those of you guys who watched me build this on Twitch, you know that I used a lot of like the glass and stuff, and my thoughts was I was going to put some stuff inside the buildings, and I was going to put like billboards behind the glass, because I actually tried it out and it did kind of look good. I just couldn't find any decent images I wanted to use, so I instead just decided to just cover them all up with glass, or not glass, but these windows, which works for now. It may change later. I don't know. We may not even do anything with it and just may say, alright, that's probably fine. I will probably open up the doors and stuff though, but I think this is how it's going to stay for now, minus the doors and stuff being open. And then moving on down to this next building here. I've noticed I forgot to do some roofing stuff. Now, I didn't get a chance. I've been working diligently since I ended my stream last night to finish up all of this Main Street and work on all this. And again, that's why this video is so late. But here you have a little keyhole photo. Photo. Keyhole photos. Any of those who actually visited King's Dominion, King's Island, or any of that, maybe, I don't know, Cedar Fair maybe hasn't, maybe Six Flags did them as well. They had these little photo things you could get. They're like these little keychains, and they had photos and stuff in the inside of it, of King's Island and stuff, and you could like hold it up and look through like one end of it with one eye, and you could see the photo on the inside of it. They were really, really cool. I talked a little bit about these on Lunawood, but yeah, this is what these right here are going to be. That's the general idea. And then we have another entrance to the Emporium, which is down here on this side. And I will just kind of swing slowly around to this side of the building. I could probably hold Shift key and probably go faster. Alright, and then we have, this is going to be the funnel cake area right back here. And that finishes off all of our International Main Street. I still have some more work to do on this last building down here. I got to put some, like, I don't know what they're called, but I got to do some trimmings and stuff around the top of the building and some other things to kind of finish the rest of this building off. But there you have it, guys. This has been our International Main Street. What's that? Oh, look! I put the quartet guys over here at the very end of the fountain. I figured what better way to cap off the end of the street than these guys right here, because these guys are really awesome. I wish they weren't on this platform, and I wish we could just set them off, you know, wherever we wanted to, but unfortunately we can't. I also noticed, even though I have what's it called, cheat engine on, so I can slow this down, it slows the animatronics and the game and stuff down, but it doesn't slow down the sound, because I can still hear them just fine. But these guys right here, they cap off the end of the Main Street perfectly, and I really, really like that. What better way? Now, when you think of seeing that with the fountains and stuff running in the background right there on both sides of Main Street, that's going to look really good. We'll come back to that later on. And I've also started doing a circular path around the Eiffel Tower back here as well, which you can kind of see. That's going to be huge, but... Alright, so that's going to do it from Kings Falls today. I hope you guys have enjoyed all the work and stuff that I put into this. It has been... Oh, wow, it has been stressful for sure to try to finish this up. I was up from last night until probably about 11 a.m. this morning, and then I decided, alright, I really need to get some sleep. And then I slept until earlier, and then I got back up, and then I finished the rest of the construction and stuff up on this. There were some things that I laid down on my couch to try to think about and do research and stuff on, and that's when I got sleepy. So I just wasn't able to finish everything that I wanted. But after I took a nap and I come back and I started working on it again, I was able to finish up a lot of the stuff that I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, and I came back with a fresh mind and was able to get everything perfectly set. So, once again, guys, this has been our International Street Side 1 from my Kings Falls Park. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you click that button to subscribe, and make sure you click that little bell as well next to the subscribe button so you get notified when all of my videos and stuff go live. I will see you in a bunch more videos this week. I've got a ton planned, and I can't wait to see you. And then we'll be back on Twitch again on the weekend. So until I see you again, wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thanks for watching.